Okay, Brianna, what would you like to share today?
I'm just going to show, previously I was showing you how to install the drawer. Now I'm going to show what it looks like properly installed so you know. So go ahead and show up here. If you look, these roller guides are really snug right there on the rails. It's not like overly tight, it's not really pushing it up too much against the top, but it's snug. And then we showed on this side too. It looks pretty much the same, kind of harder to see because it's in there. So, and now I'm gonna put it through, and it needs to have
do it again. Can you do that again?
Yeah, it needs to have the full length of travel. So you gotta look inside here and check and see that this is gonna be all the way open. Sometimes if you didn't weld it right, it might get stuck right here when it's trying to go in or something. You wanna make sure that it can go all the way through. So, right there is the open position, and that's the furthest it needs to go in this direction. And so, now at this point when it's all the way in the other position, you wanna check again and make sure that your rails are still on there. They should be if you adjusted them properly, but if your rails were not parallel initially, you're gonna have issues. Still trying to work out how you would fix that because I haven't had trouble with that, but that's why you need to make sure your rails are parallel. So that worked, and then you need to push it all the way in this direction once again, make sure it still fits. And you can tell that it's all the way in this direction when this plate is up against over there.
Plate against the
yeah, maybe even a little
chamber.
further it should be. Because that's when it's going to be ejecting the brick.
Yep, the rollers are still, the guides are still on the rollers here.
And they're still tight. Position. That's exactly how it should be.
Yep.
And then, so at this point when you realize it is good, the final step in this is you got to come down here and tighten up on these screws. Just bring up the adjustment nut and tighten it down. I'm not sure where my wrench is.
So these are the drawer guide adjustments. We're locking them into place to make sure they are tight throughout the travel.
Yeah, and you want to make sure too that they're good in the middle of the roller guides right here. It's kind of hard to see. Let's push it back that way. Because something might have gone wrong when you were fabricating. I did that on one of the other seats. So if you look, that's pretty much all the way on the other side. It's kind of off center. This one's good and centered. But I'll show you what I did over here. I messed up on the location, so to fix it, I just welded a little thing for the punch on here for it to go up against. So if it's not on there smooth, or it's just the very edge of the nut touching the thing, you might want to weld something like that on there to give it something to push on.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see, man. See that? Just a little nut right, or a little punch out right there.
Okay.